Hello everyone, welcome back. Those are new to Power BI or who have previously worked in Excel and are learning Power BI for the first time, one of the common questions that they ask is how do I create pivot table in Power BI report canvas? That is when the matrix visual comes into play. Now let us get back to the Power BI desktop and let us see how we can create a matrix visual. First we'll create a matrix visual and we'll see how to create pivot table in matrix table. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on this matrix visual. It is available just beneath the visualizations pane. When I click on this, automatically it gets moved to the report canvas. This is my report canvas. So like the ordinary table, creating the matrix table in Power BI is super easy. When it comes to matrix, you need to fill in only three fields. One is rows, columns, and other one is values. Now I just go ahead and drag and drop the category under the rows field, and also I'm going to drag and drop the sales into the values field. Now if you look at the visual here in the report canvas, you can see that all these categories values put together, it computed the total sales. The same thing we can do it with table visual also. Table visual also automatically computes the total sales. So what is the big deal? Why should I use matrix? To answer to this question, what I do is I just go ahead and drag and drop one more column into the rows field. So I just drag and drop this segment under the rows field. As soon as I dragged and dropped the segment column into this rows field, you can notice, if you notice the matrix here, on top of this visual, this drill up and drill down icons got enabled automatically, which means when it comes to matrix, if you have more than one column in this rows field, it considers this as a hierarchy. In this case, the subcategory is segment. And if you look at this visual, matrix visual, and also if you click on this expand all down one level in the hierarchy icon, the double arrow, you can see that it drills down to the segment level. It drilled down to segment level. So the top of the hierarchy is category. In category, it displayed all the each and every segment and also corresponding sales for each and every segment. And also if you notice here, all these categories, subcategory put together, it computed the total sales. This is your subtotal. For each category, what is the subtotal? Now all these subtotal put together, what is the overall total? The aggregation has been done automatically in the case of matrix, and even subtotal is possible, grand total is also possible, and also drill down is also possible. These are the salient features of using matrix visual. Apart from this, we have something called stepped up feature. Stepped up feature is also available in matrix. So what is stepped up feature? This is my parent, the consumer corporate home office. These are my child records, which is nothing but the values of our segment column. Segment column in this case is the subcategory. It leaves the indent before the subcategory. Look here you have some tab, indent. So with this, you should be able to clearly make out this subcategory falls under this parent. So for this, you don't have to do any formatting. It takes care of the formatting automatically with the stepped up feature. The stepped up is possible in matrix and also hierarchy. The drill down is also possible, and also aggregations. The subtotal, category wise subtotal, overall grand total, everything is possible with matrix. All these three things are possible. Next, I will copy paste this visual to demonstrate how to create a pivot table. Now I just selected this visual and I just go to these fields here, and what I do is I just drag and drop the segment column from row field to columns field. Look here. So if you compare these two visual, in this matrix the rows are consumer, corporate, home office. These rows became columns now. It converted the rows into columns. Okay, so now we are able to create the pivot table just by dragging and dropping the segment column from rows to columns field. This is pretty easier, creating the pivot table using matrix visual in report canvas. Next, what I do is I just copy paste the same visual, and what I do is I simply swap these two columns, category and segment, between the rows and columns fields. And if I do this, let's see what happens. I just drag and drop this category here and I just swap this. So as soon as I swapped the category and segment columns between the rows and columns, you can see now the columns became rows. The rows became columns here. So these are called row header and these are called your column header. Consumer, corporate, home, these are your column header. Now column became rows and row became columns. Just by playing around, by swapping the column names between the rows and column fields, you can create the pivot table. We can create the pivot table. Next, what we will do is I'm going to just copy paste this one. Now we will play around by including few more fields in the rows and columns and see what happens. So here I just drag and drop the country column to the rows field. Look here. So now the hierarchy form, segment and category here. So in this case, what I do is I just move the country column just above the segment, or I just drag and drop the segment just beneath the country. At the country level, it shows the country, and the column we have category. Country level, each category level, what is the sales it shows, and also it shows the row level total and column level total automatically. It computed these row level total and column level total automatically. Like I said earlier, so when you click on this, it will show the drill downs to the next level. It drill down to the next level because here we had the hierarchy, country and segment. Next level was from country to segment. We can see the sales in detail. I just maximize the size of this table so that you should be able to understand very clearly. The next, what I do is I am going to drag and drop one more column. Ship mode, I just drag and drop it to the columns field. I just move this little bit down here. As soon as I dragged and dropped the shift mode in this columns field, you can notice a change in this visual, matrix visual. Just above the matrix visual, this drill on and this drop down box got enabled automatically. Before that, we did not see this. So what it says is, see here, if you look at this field, column field and rows field, as I told you earlier, since you have more than one column, the matrix visual considered these two columns as the hierarchy. The top of the hierarchy was country. Similarly, in the case of columns field, we have more than one column name here, category and ship mode. Since we have more than one column here, matrix consider this also as a hierarchy. So now what we can do with this option in matrix visual. Now we have already selected rows here. By default it is rows. And let me do one thing. I just select rows here, and what I do is I just drill down to the next level. Okay, now here in this case I don't have to enable the drill button. Before I enable this, okay, let us see. I just did the drill up. So now I want to do the drill down at the row level from country to segment level. I want to drill down and say it. When you click on this double arrow icon at the row level, it drills down. It drilled down from country to segment. It drilled down, and also you can see that, and each category, the ship mode is the next level. Each ship mode, what is the sales, how much sales for each ship mode, and then all these ship modes put together in the furniture category, what is the total sales, row level total sales for this one. And the next one is, if you scroll across, similarly for category wise and ship mode wise, what is the row level total, and and also you can see the overall row level total. If you add all these three category total put together, 20,219. So if you want to do row level drill down, you can select row level and then click on this arrow, double arrow, okay, and then it will drill down to the next level. Now I want to drill up. I want to go to the country level. From segment to country I want to move up. So now it shows only country level. Country level, what is the sales? And the category is all the categories, and ship mode we can see it here. Now what I do is I just want to select columns. Okay, in this I just want to drill up, and now I want to drill down at the column level. The column level currently it shows the category, and I want to drill down from category to ship mode. So if you click on this, in each category, look here, the top one is the category, and each category it shows the ship mode. So now we are able to drill down from the category to the ship mode. So now if I drill down once again, drill up once again, and if I select rows here once again, and if I drill down, so row level, if you look here, country, and then is just beneath that we have segment, country wise, segment wise, category wise, what is the sales. If you want to enable the column level, so what we can do is we can just click on it. Now you can see country level, segment level, and column level also it did the drill down. So row level drill down and column level drill down, right? So it did everything here. So this is my column level drill down. So the top of the hierarchy in the column field is category. So the next level is ship mode, and ship mode, what is the sales? We can see it. It gives us interesting insight. It gives us very granular level insight. If you maximize this, you can find it. So if you want to understand what the functionality of these icons, I discussed in detail in another video with the title of drill down in Power BI. You can watch that video to understand the functionality of these these icons. Hope this video is helpful to understand the feature of matrix visual.